Hey, this is Paula B. Just wanted to say hi. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Let's see, I worked a half a day today, and then I am off until Tuesday. So, yoo-hoo for me. I wanted to talk about something. I wanted to make a video and talk about something specific. I need to stop saying that too, don't I? Anyway, I have been on Facebook for about a year or whatever, and during that time I have connected with 5 of my cousins, my actual real cousins from my family of origin, and one of them, actually 2 of them, their brother and sister, are both on there, and they actually, we met for dinner probably, I don't know, a few months ago or whatever. It was kind of nice. I hadn't seen anybody in my family. I haven't actually been in contact with my family or anybody in my family for probably 27 years, close to 27 years. And of course the reason for that was because of my father, trying to get away from him. But anyway, I don't want to talk about that today. What I want to talk about is my reconnecting with my family. It's all on my father's side, and that's okay. But just in this past year, I guess in reconnecting with my one cousin and his sister, I'm just kind of remembering, things when I was a kid, and, we had a pretty good relationship. In fact, when I was a kid, probably more than having actual friends, I probably spent more time with cousins more than anything, at family reunions and everything. Most of the family is very religious. Most of the family is very religious, and they are into, pretty intense religion. I have decided, actually, I was considering, I'm not talking very good today. I'm like, what is wrong with me? I can't even talk. Okay, let's try this again. In the process of being in touch with my cousins, they have told me that there's a family reunion going on. And in fact, it is in like a couple weeks. I'm actually considering going because I haven't seen people in my family for, like I said, 27 years. Most of them didn't know anything, what happened to me or anything. I just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. I just kind of disappeared. I had just up and disappeared, and that was in order to stay safe and get away from, the abuse. But in doing so, I just cut off everything. I cut off all contact with all friends, all family, and, I just set out to make a new life for myself. And, that's been great. It's been really great for me. But, there's still a part of me that always has yearned for a connection with family. Maybe not necessarily my mother or my father. But just with family, there's just some kind of connection or whatever there. I guess a yearning, or I guess you could call it a yearning. So anyway, I decided that I was going to go ahead and go to the family reunion. Well, I asked where it was, and it's actually in another state, so it'll be about a 3-hour drive, which is not too bad. Here's the thing. The family reunion is being held in a church. And not only that, it's being held in the basement of the church. For those of you who don't know or haven't watched all of my videos, that's very significant for me because my ritual abuse happened in a church, and it just so happened to be in a basement of a church. So that kind of threw me for a loop. At first, when I found that out, I was like, oh, there's no way in heck I can go. There's just no way that I can go. I just can't put myself through that emotional turmoil. It's going to be emotional enough on that level, just reconnecting with family members, and you know, I'm sure that there's going to be questions, you know, like, where have you been for the last 27 years? And, you know, what are you doing? And, you know, and the whole thing about, are you married? And, you know, this and that and the other. And it's like, oh, for God's sakes, I don't have to answer a bunch of questions. But to have the emotional, triggering portion of it because it's in the church, and I don't plan on sharing any of the ritual abuse stuff with my family. I know that there's my cousins that I've been talking to, they know a little bit about my father, that he was abusive towards me. A couple of them do, and that's okay. I mean, I'm not going to expect to, you know, drop a big bomb on everybody and talk about how bad my father was and everything. I'm not going to do that. That's not my purpose. What my purpose is just to go and reconnect with some of my cousins and that. Truth be told, I'll probably go and not know hardly anybody because everybody has grown up, you know, just like me. I mean, I'm going on 45 years old, and you know, they've grown too, and they've got families of their own. Heck, half of my cousins have grandchildren now. So I'm probably going to go and not know a lot of them anyway, but that's okay. But then another part of me was really thinking about this, and, you know, first when I found out it was in a church basement, I was like, I can't go. I just can't go. I'm just not going to go. Well, the more that I'm thinking about it and everything, I really, really, really want to see some of my cousins and reconnect. So I guess I'm looking at this in a way as an opportunity for me to overcome a major, major fear. I think that this could be a real good healing aspect. I may be totally wrong. I may get there and turn around and come back home because I just, you know, it's too emotional for me. But I think if I don't go, that I'm going to kick myself for not even wanting to try. I just think that it's a really, really good opportunity for me to overcome a challenge, a fear that I have. You know, I'm a grown woman, and I have a mouth, I have a voice, I have people who I think would protect me if for some reason I had an emotional, I'm not going to say breakdown, but was very emotional and triggered. I don't know. I just, there's a really big part of me that just wants to do this. I might be off my rocker for doing it, but I think my desire to connect with family is overpowering the fear of being in a church basement. So I'm making sure that I am not riding with somebody so I don't feel trapped. I will have an out. I will have my own vehicle so that I can drive. I think that that is good. I'll see you guys later. Bear hugs. Bye.